Hey guys, this is Aiden Struve with Struve Family Farms, and we're out here today combining our oats. So this is a fun day because we're getting to see, kind of what our work this early spring paid off. And so we're out here. We swat these a couple days ago. I think they've been on the ground for 4 days now, which has been just fine because that way they've gotten nice and dry, and any of our cover, either our alfalfa or grass or weeds that are in there, is dried down pretty well. I was combining yesterday and it was a little green underneath, so I was having just a little bit of trouble with the pickup head, just because it likes it to be really nice and dry in order for it to feed into the combine well. But now everything is dried out well, so we've been running real good this afternoon, so I think we'll be able to get everything finished up pretty easily today. And so we can look over here and see all those windrows are done and nice and shiny gold. And then I just got these several more over to the edge of the field here. So we're making good progress and rolling along. These were the oats that got hit pretty hard in a storm about 2 weeks ago now with some baseball-sized hail. And so we were kind of nervous about just how much of the heads we had lost. But so far, it actually looks like these are doing right around 90 bushels still, after we had some go down, and we had baseball-sized hail, so that knocked some of the heads off, but they're actually doing better than we thought they were, so we're happy about that. And so we're getting everything combined up. You can look over here at our monitor, and we're doing about 2.5 miles an hour, and then you can see our cylinder speed is just a little under 800, and then if we look, we can see our fan speed is at 1,000. So we got it turned up just so that we can we have a really good clean grain sample right now. I got everything dialed in, and so we're getting the finer ones blown off, so our test weight should also be pretty good, so that we have some good heavy oats to market. And then we can look at our concave spacing is down to 2. So if you guys are ever doing this, or combining oats, you got to make sure that that's set down pretty tight so that you get a good crimp on them, so that we got that closed down most of the way too. But otherwise, we're using our John Deere 9610 combine. It's one of the later straw walker models that John Deere make, and so the reason we went with this one is because it is a straw walker. So what that means is it's just the way that it separates the grain from the chaff. It kind of walks across the long table and shakes it out, compared to the newer combines that have a rotor that kind of shred it more as the grain comes out. So if we look over here, we can see that we have a lot of nice fluffy straw, and that's because of the straw walker combine is a lot better for doing straw. So if you guys are ever looking at doing straw or small grain and baling after it, I would very highly recommend using a straw walker combine compared to a rotary. You will probably get twice as much straw if you bale behind a straw walker compared to a rotary, just because it keeps it that much more intact. And yeah, it's laying it out in nice windrows, and we'll come back and small square bale it up. But right now we're pretty happy with how things are looking. These oats are actually really clean this year. Other than them blowing down, they would have combined super easy, but there was just a few globs that we kind of had to run around and straighten out, just to make sure I wasn't plugging anything up. And then I did have to swath a little lower than normal, so you can kind of see over here, I was just barely rubbing the dirt a little bit. But if you see, we got like 95 or more % of the oats picked up and put in our windrow. So that was very good. And that way our alfalfa is already jumping back phenomenally. So it'll take right off, and it'll start growing and do its thing too. So you can kind of see how everything's feeding in the feeder house here real smooth. And yeah, it's just working pretty well. So like I said before, I very much like doing oats this way compared to just direct cut. It just seems like everything works nicer, and sometimes I can have a little bit of trouble with the pickup head, but all in all, it still seems like the I guess superior way to do oats, in my opinion. Yes, you do have to have them laying on the ground, so you don't want to have them get rained on in the windrow. But if usually, anywhere through July or beginning of August, we're pretty dry here in central Iowa, and so we can usually find a window to get our oats and straw put up without having to worry about rain much. Right before we did start doing these oats, we got like 4.5 inches of rain, so we got caught up on moisture, which is nice. We can look over here and see our alfalfa field is coming along beautifully. We pulled our second cutting off, so that's third cutting coming back, and it's already about a foot and a half tall. And yeah, things are looking pretty good around here, guys. So thanks for watching.